to a brand new episode of the Show Podcast. I am your host, Calvin, joined by my co-hosts, Christina, Brandon, and Lee. We have a full cast today. How you guys doing today?
Okay.
I'm good. I noticed you actually said Christina this time.
First. I actually said her first. So
yeah,
this is kinda,
first.
which is weird. I feel weird doing it like in a different order. Who do I say first? Who do I say? Like,
it's always me, even if I'm not here.
It's either Lee or Brandon first. So it's always you. You either just you fall in when you fall in.
I'm just trying to better you, okay?
Okay, well, let's try that. So one thing about bettering me is that I've been trying to get better because we took time off, and this is a big deal for us because this is our first time together for the first season of season 5. So full cast today, and so insert clip sound effects. But this is our first time together for the season, and it is a holiday season. So, but before we get all to the holiday season, the holiday spirit, what y'all been up to? Lee, I hadn't seen you in a long time. Man, what's going on?
Yeah, it's been 2020 part 2 has been an interesting year. Some ups, some downs, some who am I kidding? Everything's still the same. I haven't changed one iota. I'm still just bumming around at home doing my thing. How are y'all doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Christina, what you been up to? I know you've been annoying me lately, but what you been up to?
That's a full-time job, but I'm good. I'm good. As long as I get to bother you, it's a blessed day. Oh.
Yeah, and then
no newness, just same old me, same greatness.
Same greatness. All right, I like to hear that. But the special person in the building right now, coming off his huge success of his movie, is Brandon. Brandon, man, you've been a busy person, man. Tell us about what you've been going through and this movie you got out right now, man. You've been busy.
Yeah, success. That's definitely what it was. I mean, I'm glad to have it done. We've been busy working on me and Matt, working on that film, but now we're already kind of working on the next one, but it's back to business, doing promotional videos, getting back to the podcast, talking about the 2 films I've done this year, which was on my New Year's resolution. So got that done. So yeah, it's been pretty busy, always running.
And make sure y'all go check out, what's the name of the film, Brandon?
Effigy, which you can go to my Facebook, and I'll probably talk about it a couple of times, but it's EFFIGY. I'll give you the link and everything, but just go to my Facebook, Instagram, or look up the business Productive Blend Studio, and you can find it, I'm sure. But it's a pretty decent thriller. Give it a look. It's 7 minutes, so it's not that long. Like I said, we're pretty happy with it.
All right, and I'm glad to see that you're keeping busy, and at least Brandon has completed one of his New Year's resolutions. I know my objective was to, shed some kind of weight, but it is the holiday season, so I got 1 more month left. So I didn't make it that far, but it's always 1 month, and then the next year 2. So with that being said, if you look at me, I'm not ashamed of it. I got a weight problem. I can't wait to eat. And guess what? This is gonna be Thanksgiving, and we have one of our favorite segments each season is that we have a tournament episode, and you all have reached out to us and said you love it because it's a cool little concept. It's cool, it's competitive, and you never know what you're gonna get because you never can argue if you don't vote. And you know how we feel about voting on this episode. So let's take our love of food and I love being competitive and put them all together. So guess what we're doing? Today, we have a brand new tournament episode, but this time, what is the best dish that you have to have at Thanksgiving? So we have Brandon, Lee, and Christina competing once again. This is Christina's first tournament episode. Christina, I'm going to tell you right now, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Let's do it.
She's not ready.
Okay. And as always, this is as most of our tournament episodes are done. by our wonderful, hardworking host, Lee. We and him kind of got together on this list and we put it together. Lee, I know you kind of had a cheat sheet of this tournament, but do you have anything to say about this before we get started?
Yeah, I would like to thank everyone that Calvin actually put out a Facebook post not too long ago asking people what their favorite Thanksgiving food was. And what y'all didn't know when you were commenting on his post was, yeah, I'm stealing your answers and I'm building a bracket out of it. So thank you for your precious data from us here at Facebook. I mean, straight up.
You're working for the man now, see? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Lee is totally right. We definitely want to have more fan engagement. And a Facebook post was sent out about you. What's your favorite dish? So based off the answers that you've given us, Lee did put together a tournament. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So as you know, we have a tournament. We have 3 competitors. Just to knock off that edge to have 3 against 1 or 2 against 1. 2 out of 3 goes to the next round. So we have different rounds. These rounds are made up of 3 categories for meat, sides, and desserts. So with that being said, we're gonna have to compete. There's no particular order. We're just throwing them out there. Now, there is a trick to this season's tournament. We have some sides and some meats that's already advanced to the next round because you all have said it repeatedly. So with those votes tallied, they've already went ahead and went on to the next round. So with that being said, we'll look at those competitors at the next round. So with that being said, going forward, we will start the tournament. Now, how it goes is that this is a 2 out of 3 tournament. So I have Lee, Brandon, and Christina vote on one dish. If that one makes it, then it goes to the next round. So forth and so forth. Now, the best part about this show is that if each of these competitors have one wild card, and what the wild card does is that, say if Lee wants to take macaroni versus green bean casserole, and Lee, Christina, and Brandon say, you know what, green bean casserole goes to the next round. Lee can take that wild card, and he can automatically put macaroni and cheese to the next round. Now, the only way that can be trumped is if Brandon or Christina uses that wild card and they go head to head. And with that being said, what happens is we have sudden death. In sudden death, I will ask them a trick questions that only they can pick, and whoever gets it right, they both lose their wild card, but their pick goes to the next round, leaving one person with their wild card, whoever that may be. So, Christina, I hope I did not confuse you with all this. Does this make sense to you?
I'm good.
Okay. All right,
And if I'm
Lee.
not, I'll figure it out along the way.
Oh, okay. It's real easy, simple, real easy.
She not ready.
She's not
She
ready.
not ready.
Okay, let's start. Start with Brandon.
No, it's and speaking of Brandon is one of the reasons why these shows have been so intense, because Brandon definitely likes to throw a wrench in the pool and make things very competitive. So with that being said, Brandon is the person to look out for, Christina. He's very competitive. So I don't know if you know what you're in for. And the only person that has seen this list is Lee, and Lee has had a revision of the list. So he's still kind of not in the woods. But I'll tell you right now, if you're listening, they have not seen the list. They have no idea what's on the list. If you get mad at us, get mad at yourself, because this is what you posted on Facebook. So with that being said, let the games begin. All right, so we love Thanksgiving. We love to eat. So we have a tournament of the best dish. But before I even go forward with that, Christina, what's one dish that you have to have at Thanksgiving? Let us know.
Dressing.
Lee?
Same, surprisingly. Like my granny makes some good dressing.
All right, Brandon.
We gotta have a nice seasoned ham. Yeah,
Okay.
I said it. I said it.
So,
I saw that face, Calvin.
Yeah.
well, you know, I don't eat pork, so I mean that's kind of, so I'm not really a pork person. So, you know, and I think the one dish I have to have is carbs. So macaroni and cheese is definitely my favorite. My own Lori, shout out to Lori, who is one of our official sponsors of the Straight Show podcast. But thank you so much for your support. But Lori makes some killer macaroni and cheese. The only thing that comes close to it is Chick-fil-A's macaroni and cheese. But even with that being said, they don't come close to Lori, her macaroni and cheese. So Lori, not only thank you for sponsoring, but I'll be at your house later on this week to get my macaroni and cheese for the year. So with that being said, let's let the games begin. I'm stuttering on my words. But here we go. All right, so first up in the tournament, we have a bracket, and let's go ahead and start on the bottom side of it, right? Let's start with the meats. So with that being said, Lee, I'll let you go first since you know what? Screw that. Christina, I'll let you go
I'm not trying
first.
to. That's not fair. This is my first one. Don't put me first.
All right, well, Lee, I'll let you go first. All right, so first up, we have pork chops and fried turkey. Which one do you pick, pork chops or fried turkey?
Come on, it's fried turkey. It, this ain't no pork chop time of the year. It's a fried turkey time of the year.
I didn't know people made pork chops. Who put that on the list? But okay, pork chops.
Wasn't me.
All right, Brandon, pork chops or fried turkey?
Yeah, we gotta do that fried turkey. I don't know who put pork chops on their list. Whoever put pork chops in the comments, denied, denied.
All right. Well, with that being said, Christina, now automatically, since it's 2 against 3 and they both have picked fried turkey, now you can save pork chops if you use your
I'm not
wild
taking
card.
pork chops.
Okay, well, never mind then.
No, I was like, I can. I'm sure whoever put pork chops has a very soft spot in their heart for it because clearly that's a family thing. Nobody ate turkey, and they were like, "Let's just do pork chops and make it our own tradition." But then, nah,
That
nah,
is a very
fried
specific Thanksgiving memory for somebody.
that's what I was like. I can understand you're sentimental about it. But
But you never know because some people might like. I don't eat pork. Like I ate pork for my birthday, and so that's a special occasion. So I mean, I guess that's some people. You never know. But with that being said, already is we have a clean sweep. It seems that fried turkey goes on to the next round. Now, up next we have. I'm gonna stay with the meat again. Brandon, we have sausage versus catfish. Which one do you pick?
Oh, no, that's catfish. Thanksgiving, that's the countryside, so that's catfish.
Lee?
I'd probably go catfish too, although neither scream Thanksgiving to me. But catfish seems weirdly a little closer to the turkey family than the sausage does, and I will not elaborate as to why. It's white meat. That's why.
Okay, all right, Christina. Once again, we have a full on for catfish. So catfish or sausage, which one do you pick?
I'm just confused by these suggestions. I've never had either at Thanksgiving, and I'm overthinking it because I'm like, what can I do with sausage additionally if I have it? I would just go catfish. Easier, I guess.
Oh wow!
Y'all
So here
got
we
some
go.
family problems. Y'all got some family problems.
Well, you just know how people eat at Thanksgiving. Like, trust me, we're gonna talk about that. We have a little skit for y'all in between takes. But yeah, so with that being said, catfish, the unusual dish at Thanksgiving, advances. Once again, it is our first sweep. Okay, all right. So with that being said, we move on, and as you can see, I'm still typing in notes right now because you have to keep up with this. All right. So with that being said, we move on to the dessert side of it. And you know what? Fun fact: I'm a terrible speller, so I always figure out how to spell dessert because you want more, so you add the extra s. Weird thing, I know. I had teachers that
That's
really.
oddly adorable.
I know I had teachers that advocated obesity, so uh, I'm just kidding. All right, so with that being said, we move on to the dessert side of it. So this is going to be a hard one now. This kind of we're picking up steam now. So now we have peach cobbler versus apple pie. Christina, you're up first. Peach
I don't like
cobbler.
either. I don't like either.
That's not how this game works.
I know, so I'm just gonna pick one that I would rather look at on my table. Apple pie. You said peach cobbler, apple pie,
Yes, ma'am.
peach cobbler.
All right, peach cobbler it is. Brandon, which one do you pick? Peach cobbler or apple pie?
I'm glad Christina changed her answer because I had a WTF moment when she said that. But yeah, peach cobbler for sure. I don't eat neither one either, but if I had to, peach cobbler.
It's like mom's apple pie. It was sweet, sweet, good. That song was very nasty. Stop singing that song. Sorry. Speaking of timeout, if you are of the Black community, you know that song. Go back and listen to that song with your adult ears, because that song is not for kids. And Grandma used to make us sing that song all the time, and I now know what that song was all about. Sorry, side note. Lee, with that being said, and if you know what I'm talking about with that song, Mom's Apple Pie. But anyway, with that being said, Lee, and this show, sorry to keep cutting off, this show will be very ethnic. I'm telling you right now, because we got catfish and pork chops. This show is going to be very ethnic. So, Lee, save us from me rambling so much. Peach cobbler or apple pie? Which one do you want for your Thanksgiving dinner?
So I've got the opposite problem of Christina and Brandon in that I love both of them so much. It's really hard to choose, but I guess I would probably say apple pie, but I love peach cobbler so much that I'm not gonna fight it. So I'm okay with it moving on ahead. Because you give me an apple pie or a peach cobbler, I'm probably gonna take both.
All right, so it seems with that being said, this is our clean sweep again. Y'all are really flying through this bracket. So with that being said, it seems that peach cobbler advances. You guys are very un-American for not picking apple pie, but we move on. So now we have cookies. Well, I guess there's a variety, and cake also variety as well, like 7-Up pound cake, chocolate chimney cake, yellow cake, strawberry cake. I can keep going on. Trust me, I know my cakes. My mom's a pastry chef. But also with cookies. So with that being said, cookies variety, cakes variety. Lee, which one do you pick? Cakes, cookies, which do you pick?
For me, this matchup is going to be a texture thing, and when I'm picking my desserts, and in particular desserts, it's kind of a texture thing. It's like I want something maybe kind of chewy, maybe something that like kind of falls apart in the mouth, you know. Not a big cake person, like at all. Give me like a brownie or a pie or a cookie. I'm going cookie.
All right, cookies. You know what? I'm a texture guy too. Like it has to be the right texture. I'm the same. Like if it's a brownie, it can't be too hard. It can't be too soft. I'm the same way. That's why I like. I'm a fan of food. With that being said, Lee picks cookie. Brandon, which one do you pick? Cookies or cake?
Well, let me start off by saying y'all made me very sick, Calvin, by naming all of those sweets. I got very nauseous. I don't like a lot of sweets, but I'm gonna go with cake because I just don't like cookies like that.
All right. Well, it seems that Brandon likes cake. So now this is our first tie up right now. We have cake versus cookie. Christina, here's the fun part of the tournament. You have the deciding factor of who goes on to the next round. Cakes or cookies? Which one do you pick?
I'm with Brandon. I'm not a big dessert person, but I'm loyal to cakes as far as making desserts and Thanksgiving goes. Cakes are better. Cookies are for Christmas only. Okay, so cake.
All right, there we have it. So we have 2 cakes and 1 cookie. So Lee, do you want to use your wild card to send cookies to the next round?
No, I don't stand cookies like that.
No.
What you gonna do, Lee?
He says he's not going to use his wild card. All right, so
You sound like an aggressive old man in his front yard.
like, oh, what's wrong with that? I like how y'all just. I feel like all guilty. Like I love sweets, which is probably the main problem.
I'm
But
not a big sweets person. No, like
mean,
I love
I
particular
feel like
types
Brandon
of
when you were
sweets.
naming it, I was just like sugar, so much sugar.
Yeah, let's move off from the sweets.
we're going to have more sweets on this tournament, so make sure you stay tuned. This is the Thanksgiving tournament here only on the Straight Up Show podcast. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, Lee here. And guess what? The reviews are in and the Straight Up Show podcast is a hit. Don't believe me? Well, listen to what one of our guest panelists, Dr. Monique Thompson, has to say.
Y'all listening to Straight Up and support this podcast, because I listened in before I came on the show. I liked what I heard. They're really focusing on keeping things real and being real with you, and I like that approach. So you guys support this podcast.
So if you want to listen, donate to the show, have a subject idea, or even want to be a guest, just contact us at straightupshow@gmail.com. That's straightupshow@gmail.com.
What is the return on generous leadership and a generous culture? I'm Shannon Cassidy, and on the ROG Return on Generosity podcast, I speak with innovative leaders who share real-life examples of the dividends of investing in others. Subscribe where you get your podcasts, or go to bridgebetween.com, or search R.O.G. Return on Generosity on your favorite podcast platform. Stay generous, everyone.
All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. This is our Thanksgiving dish tournament. I still don't even have a name for this episode yet, but hey, we're talking about food, so we're having a good time so far. It's been kind of easy. They've been really going through this, and of course, we have a new competitor within our tournament ranks. We have Christina joining us, our co-host. So this is her first time doing it. Christina, so far, how are you liking it so far?
It's easy.
Just no excitement out of you. Just
No,
it's
it's easy. Like these are straightforward. So I'm kind of disappointed. Brandon hasn't entertained me at all.
All right. Well, don't hold your breath, because here we go. We're gonna keep going on the other side of the bracket. I'm gonna start towards the bottom. So here we go. All right. So with that being said, now we have the traditional baked turkey and ribs. Brandon, which one do you pick? Baked turkey or ribs?
People tend to do a better job cooking ribs than the baked turkey, so we're gonna do ribs.
All right, Christina, ribs or baked turkey?
So clarify. This is about Thanksgiving, right? And what you would feel is more traditional, or just what you prefer, right?
Just like
Nope,
what is the one dish you have to have at Thanksgiving? Like, so not in the traditional.
I'm about to lose some credit here. I don't like ribs, so I'm going with baked turkey.
So she just got disqualified for being black, and
What the hell?
I don't like ribs. I don't like ribs. There's not enough meat on a rib for me. I'm a meat eater.
You getting the wrong
I don't like
rib.
super saucy things.
Who said anything about being saucy?
Your ribs ain't saucy?
I mean, yeah, but you can have unsaucy ribs and just baked ribs.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with baked turkey. That's what we have to have. That's what we gotta have. So you can have ribs at yours, and I'm gonna have baked turkey at mine.
All right, Lee.
There we go.
I love just that Brandon just threw it to me, just so mad. But man, yeah, I love me some ribs too. Like the drippier the better. But I've never had ribs on no Thanksgiving. That's weird. I'm sorry. Give me that turkey.
I guess my family is just different, because we've always had ribs at Thanksgiving. We had the works. We had any kind of meat you could think of: ribs, smoked chicken wings, like everything. So
y'all just cooking whatever. Like, you're not having your Thanksgiving.
It's soul food. You just eat.
It's
Thanksgiving dinner is still a Thanksgiving dinner.
No.
You can do soul food any.
He's Calvin has been thankful for the food, and he's gonna be thankful for those moist ribs and not that dry turkey.
You were breaking up a lot on my end, but
Yeah,
I know you were talking some foolishness either way. So carry on.
Yeah, you're bringing it up pretty bad. But all right. So with that being said, it looks like baked turkey advances unless Brandon wants to use his wild card to send ribs to the next round. Brandon, what do you pick?
Nah.
All right. So with that being said, baked turkey, it goes to the next round. Man, I can't believe I'm the only person that really has ribs at there we go. That's kind of cool. All right, so up next, Lee, we'll start with you first. We have broccoli, cheese, and rice with carrot souffle? Question mark.
So that was put in our tournament. I have no idea what carrot souffle is. But I have had cheesy broccoli rice. That's some good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in.
Yeah, a lot of y'all put carrot souffle on the list. I'm like, I've never heard of carrot souffle. I told you, a lot of these picks were very ethnic, and that's okay, and that's okay. But I've never heard of carrot souffle. I've never heard of it. But hey, is it like a dessert dish or I don't know. Somebody let us know.
I don't think it's necessarily an ethnic thing as much as like people's families just be weird.
Like catfish, or
yeah. or maybe you just want to go
like
all out
Sundays
and
you
have
have
the full
catfish
spread.
and
That's fine
spaghetti.
too.
Say again, Christine. I'm sorry.
I said catfish isn't that wild because even just on a normal Sunday afternoon you have catfish and spaghetti. So I can grasp catfish being made as just a normal side dish on any meal. But
Wow, Lee, I want to say you are correct because I guess it's not an ethnic thing because I've never in my life had catfish and spaghetti together. That's a weird
Okay, I'm
combo.
glad you said something because I was about to.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
I've also never heard of fish as a
It's
side.
a southern
Yeah,
thing that
thank
my
you.
family's
Catfish
always
is not a
done.
side.
No, it is all like okay, maybe it's just my people's then go to Jonesboro, we'll see. Uh, you don't necessarily eat them together, but that was something people would make after church. You make catfish, fried catfish, and spaghetti. Those would be the things that you ate: fried catfish and spaghetti. I don't cook them together. It's strange, but those things have always been like, hey, you got catfish or spaghetti.
I think we can just say this is like not ethnically but cultural because we cook some random stuff in Louisiana. And I think that's what it is.
This is
Maybe
true.
it's just
Yeah.
it's Louisiana-ish maybe because we don't have
And
much.
there's also that like potluck feel to some of these dishes.
Yeah.
Like oh, we're having
Don't you
Thanksgiving
stand for
dinner. Oh,
carrot
Aunt
soup
Shirley
like you
brought
got
catfish again. Okay.
That's what Thanksgiving is, just a big potluck.
depending on the family, yeah.
And so with that being said, that's catfish and spaghetti. Wow, that's a new one. Wow, I don't even know. That's okay. Well, anyway, so with that being said, Lee picked broccoli, cheese, and rice. Brandon, which do you pick? Broccoli, cheese, and rice, or carrot souffle?
I don't like rice in my broccoli, so I'm going with the carrot souffle.
Have you ever had carrot souffle?
No, I have not. But I'm giving it some love. I like carrots. I don't like rice in my broccoli. Keep it out.
See,
Y'all
Christine,
do that.
this
Y'all
is
do that somewhere else.
this is the deciding
It
factor
depends
I was
on how
telling you
you
about.
prepare your broccoli and cheese rice. You do bits and you finally mince your broccoli and you mix it together. You do both because you want a little of your crunch from your broccoli. So I'm going with broccoli and cheese rice because
Wow.
I know I was right. Brandon clearly doesn't go around people who know how to cook this correctly. So I forgive you. Carrot souffle doesn't sound bad. I've just never had it. I love carrots.
You might be right.
So with that being said, wow, this is getting interesting. With that being said, we have 2 broccoli, cheese, and rice, and we have 1 carrot souffle. Even though Brandon has never had it, Brandon, do you want to send carrot souffle? I'm saying it right. To the next round, or do you want to let Christina and Lee have this victory with broccoli, cheese, and rice?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'll see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, broccoli, cheese, and rice goes to the next round of the tournament. So now we go to I'm still saving this last part to the end because it is going to be definitely big. Now, Lee, this is a portion of the show where it is ethnic because up next we have green bean casserole, which I have never, ever in my life ever had, and deviled eggs. And so with that being said, Christina, deviled eggs or
Green bean casserole. Green bean casserole. With or without the little crunchy bits. I don't do it with the crunchy bits, but you make your green bean casserole with your cream and mushroom, and you put your down home sausage in there, you cook it, you let it get all crispy on the top. Wonderful. It's delicious. try it. I will make it and have you try it. And if you don't like it, I will eat the rest of that dish myself.
So you'll cook for us?
I didn't say you.
Well, damn. Okay.
Okay. Well, green bean casserole for Christina. Brandon, I have nothing right now.
I don't like deviled eggs. I don't even like looking at them.
Yeah, I don't like it either. So, sorry, I don't like it either. I'm gonna need to do the green bean casserole.
Okay, Lee. Green bean casserole or deviled eggs?
So I'm gonna expose myself as the 37-year-old child I am, and I don't eat vegetables. So, but I also love deviled eggs, so that's gonna be it for me. And yeah, I'm gonna use my wild card to go ahead and move that along.
Whoa!
That's very
serious.
spicy.
I love some deviled eggs. I don't understand.
Wow. So at this time, Lee has definitely caught me off guard and saved me from facial expression from hearing Christina love green bean casserole. Lee has chosen to use his wild card to automatically send deviled eggs to the next round. With that being said, Christina or Brandon, do you want to use your wild card to use for deviled eggs to go back to the next round? Now, keep in mind, we're still at the first round of the tournament. We have plenty to go. Are you sure, Lee, that you want to use your wild card for deviled eggs?
No regrets.
All right. So, anybody else?
Yeah, don't help him, Calvin. That's cheating. No, you don't. We will see what happens. We'll see what
Christina or Brandon. Do y'all want to use yours?
I know the truth. I can let it go.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'll let him show his whiteness with the deviled eggs. It's okay. No.
You got me tripping off you got me off green bean casserole. I don't know any black people that eat green bean casserole.
Calvin, your people just ain't right. That's all.
But my
green
people
bean casserole is delicious.
My people eat good. If you can't see, we eat good. I've
Well,
never
made green bean casserole.
This is new to me. I'm sorry.
They have ribs instead.
You got ribs and catfish and pork chops. Apparently,
y'all need a little dish of green bean casserole.
Oh my word! And we're gonna talk about our dish coming up next. Wow. So, Lee, we have gone off the rails already. Like I told you, this has been intense. I am just shocked at some of the people that I share the same skin color with. I'm just kidding. But no, with that being said, Lee has used his wild card to automatically send deviled eggs back to the next round, with that being said. So last of the first round is going to be very intense. This is a matchup that Lee, this is where I'm like, wow, why did you do this? So we have Brandon. We have baked beans versus macaroni and cheese. Which one do you pick?
Why is this? First of all, why is this together? This isn't fair. I'm gonna have to go with macaroni.
Are they just regular baked beans or baked beans with meat inside them? You know,
variety. Just doesn't matter. Just variety. Baked beans and macaroni. Brandon said macaroni and cheese. Christina says you're already talking. Which one do you pick? Baked beans or macaroni?
Macaroni.
All right, Lee. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. You know, we don't want to say your vote doesn't count, but at this time it doesn't. If you had a chance to pick, would you have picked macaroni and cheese or baked beans?
I've already exposed myself as an adult child, so it would have been mac and cheese.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, we have just completed the first round. Macaroni and cheese advances. So we now move on to the second round, and let's start with macaroni and cheese, because up next we have macaroni and cheese versus dressing. Lee, you go ahead and pick macaroni and cheese versus dressing. Which one do you pick? This is very crucial. We are live right now on Facebook.
So, I think you already asked this at the top of the show, and dressing is my go-to Thanksgiving dish. Like, I kind of hope dressing wins, even though I made my spiel about deviled eggs or whatever. But it's dressing, baby. You got to go with the dressing.
Wow, Brandon, Christina. Actually, I'm going to go with Brandon. Brandon, which do you pick? Dressing or baked beans?
This ain't fair. This ain't cool. I'm gonna have to go with dressing on this one.
Ooh, if I had a chance to vote. Okay, Christina. Keep in mind.
It's dressing 100%.
Oh man,
It's not cool.
I'm in a pickle right now. I can't. Wow.
What are you serious, Calvin? Dressing?
I can't vote. That's not. I can't vote. I can't vote at all.
Why would you be in a pickle like that?
And I just sound. It sounds so.
Okay.
Because that's my go-to. That's my pick. I want a macaroni and cheese to go all the way, but I can't because I can't vote.
You know you can have mac and cheese any time of the day, any time of the year, right? Like you can have that at not Thanksgiving.
What? No. Are you only dressing at Thanksgiving? Or
no.
Maybe?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so with that being said, very sadly, Dressing, which is very nasty by the way, in my opinion, but Dressing goes to the next round, defeating Macaroni and Cheese, which I am very upset about this. So,
what kind of dressing are you eating? Is my question.
I just don't like it. Anyway, with that,
you eat dressing?
I could say some things, but my family watches the show, so and Thanksgiving is this Thursday, so I don't want to really say anything to anybody because I want to eat, so I don't want to ruffle any feathers. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but I don't eat that dish at Thanksgiving. So with that being said, Dressing moves on. Now we have deviled eggs, Christina, versus greens. And greens is one of those that went on to the next round automatically because you have, and if you are, this is ethnic once again, because we all know greens can be made a certain kind of way. You have mustard greens, you have collard greens, you have, what else? Turnip greens. Like greens versus deviled eggs. Christina, which one do you pick?
Greens.
Okay.
All the greens. Turnip, mixed collard, cabbage, all the greens.
Okay. All right. So, Brandon, which one do you pick? Greens or deviled eggs?
Yeah, you messed up, Lee. We're going to have to go with greens on this one.
All right. Well, it looks like green advances. Lee, I'm sorry, but your vote doesn't count. But if it did count, which one would you have picked? Greens, collard green, mustard greens, turnip greens, or deviled eggs?
Can I use my wild card again?
That sucks, man.
You didn't think it would end so soon.
My deviled eggs flew too close to the sun and went bad.
So he said that he wanted to pick deviled eggs, and I'm sorry, Lee. Unfortunately, Lee played the game and he used his wild card, so his vote doesn't count. But yours does count this November if you haven't voted. Make sure to run also next month. So make sure you go out and vote because we do want you to go vote and have your voice to be heard. Side note. All right. So with that being said, greens advances automatically with a full sweep. Now we have broccoli, cheese, and rice versus ham. Brandon, which do you pick? Broccoli, cheese, and rice, or ham?
Yeah, like I said, I don't like rice in my broccoli, so we're gonna have to go with the meat. Go with ham.
Okay.
So you never go wrong with meat.
I can make some jokes, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, you can make all the kind of jokes you make. Yeah, but with that being said, Brandon says you can't go wrong with meat. Big meaty meat ham. So with that being said, Christina, do you want the meat ham or do you want the broccoli cheese the chunks?
I make a good ham.
You said ham?
I make a good pineapple honey ham. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh wow! I make a good ham, even though I'm not a big ham fan. I make a good ham.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh wow! So
we're gonna be. I'm gonna be over there.
Oh wow! So Lee, like I said, brother, I am so sorry that this is not working out for you right now, but it seems that ham advances. If you had a choice to pick, which one would you have picked?
This is really not my tournament, unfortunately. I really don't have a strong opinion about either. Like, I kind of prefer the rice and the broccoli and the cheeses because ham is just okay to me. But who cares? Move it along.
Okay, all right. Well, Lee doesn't have a voice to be heard because he already made his voice heard earlier. So with that being said,
He gave it all for the eggs.
For eggs. It's still lost. I'm sorry. Oh, poor eggs.
And I don't even like regular eggs. They have to be deviled.
With the little paprika and stuff on top.
And
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes. Little Tony's.
Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. Whipping sauce. Anyway, with that being said, it moves on. So now going next for this other side of the bracket, we ended up with baked turkey versus chicken. Lee, baked turkey or chicken, which is one of those picks that went in advance already, but chicken versus baked turkey, which do you pick?
Why is chicken trying to come to the throne, man? You ain't gonna take turkey down on no Thanksgiving. Come on, it's turkey.
All right.
I don't care what type of turkey, it's turkey.
All right, Christina, chicken and any kind of chicken, I guess, baked, fried, oven roasted, grilled, chicken versus baked turkey for Thanksgiving. Which do you prefer?
I'm still going baked turkey. If you know how to make it right, it's not going to be dry, so you're good. They're both white meat, so they're already going to be a little dry, but baked turkey for me.
All right, Brandon.
If I see y'all pull out a whole chicken, I'm having.
You don't have chicken at Thanksgiving?
No, sir.
You've never had chicken? What kind of? Okay, our families are so different. Okay, I'm sorry.
No. We have it, but I'm like, if my meal, if you pull that out, like.
Let me tell you what my dad. My dad would make Parmesan chicken for Thanksgiving. Like it's one of those special dishes that you get every once in a while. I'm like, wow, he makes Parmesan chicken for Thanksgiving because I don't
Parmesan chicken on a random Thursday. I don't want it.
But I don't eat regular meat though. I only eat chicken and that's about it. And so, but no, he makes that. But Brandon, I just heard you in the background. You said chicken. Is that your
chicken?
Pick? All right, so he says chicken. You want to use your wild card for chicken over turkey?
No, but why sweet potato pie ain't on this damn list?
Who says it isn't? Like I said, we have other picks that automatically advance to the next round.
Okay, I'm waiting.
All right,
but chicken.
Brandon says chicken, and he refuses to use his wild card. So it seems that baked turkey advances. So like I said, once again, in the second round, just to kind of repeat the rules again, we have picks that already went to the next round based off the votes that you did on Facebook. So we tally up those votes and they automatically went to the next round by default. So so stay tuned because coming up next, we do have one of those picks, which would be pumpkin pie versus fried turkey. So pumpkin pie versus fried turkey. Christina, which do you pick?
Fried turkey.
Okay, Brandon.
I'm confused.
Oh, I'm curious about. I'm curious about Lee's answer, but it's definitely it's definitely fried turkey for me.
Hey, not that your vote doesn't matter, but Lee, if you were to pick
last,
Lee, so if you were to pick fried turkey or pumpkin pie, and I don't know the difference between. I know there is a difference, but if I'm at the dinner table and I'm trying to get dessert, I cannot tell you the difference between a pumpkin pie or a sweet potato pie at Thanksgiving. It's the most confusing thing ever.
Same here. Yeah, I stay away from the orange pies myself. I would have voted turkey.
Yeah, all right. Well, with that being said, and I just don't get it. I don't understand people's pumpkin pie. Like, I don't even get the obsession with like pumpkin spice at Thanksgiving. Like, you got pumpkin spice ravioli now. You got pumpkin spice. Like, I tried pumpkin spice like fragrance in my house. I almost threw up. It's disgusting. I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't get the pumpkin spice fanatics. I don't get it. Just saying. That's my rant. So with that being said,
I like pumpkin.
I don't get it. I never carved it. Never eat the seeds.
Why are you so angry?
I never eat the seeds.
I like pumpkin.
Chicken.
Chicken.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, with that being said, it seems that fried turkey goes to the next round. Like I said, up next, We have a little. Well, this might be easy right here. We have. I go with Lee first. We have Catfish versus sweet potato pie. Lee, which do you pick? Catfish or sweet potato orange pie?
You have to throw the orange
We
in
just
there.
had this discussion, and like, you know what? To go against everything I've said so far about, oh, this isn't a Thanksgiving dish or whatever. I don't want a sweet potato pie. I'd rather have the catfish. So sorry. I'm gonna have to say catfish this time.
Oh wow. Ooh wow. Wow. So Brandon, which do you pick? Sweet potato pie or catfish?
Lee, Patty will snap for you right now. I'm going with the
Patty!
sweet potato pie.
Patty! Patty!
You gotta have a patty. You
All right,
gotta have
so Christina, we're tied up right now. This is something we haven't done in a long time. So we're tied up right now. We have one for sweet potato pie. We have one for catfish. Christina, will you fake on Thanksgiving and choose sweet potato pie, or will you choose the catfish?
Sweet potato pie, baby. Sweet potato
Okay,
pie.
all right,
I'll
well,
have
Lee.
2 of them by myself.
Are you gonna have that sweet potato pie with your
I-
spaghetti?
I won't have spaghetti or catfish on my table, but I will have at least 2 sweet potato pies.
That's funny. I like that. All right. All right. So moving along right now.
And they're gonna
Here's
be
another one of these
delicious.
ones that you all voted for. I've never had this dish as a dessert, but you guys like it. So we have desserts going against each other. We have peach cobbler versus cherry pie. Peach cobbler versus cherry pie. Brandon, which one do you pick?
Ew. Sure. No, give me the ew. No, just give me the peach cobbler stuff.
Okay. All right, Christina, you made that face. Christina, which do you pick? Peach cobbler or cherry pie?
Peach.
All right, Lee, not that your vote doesn't count, which we do value your vote. But so with that being said, if you had a choice to pick and your voice was to be heard, if you were to choose peach pie or cherry cobbler, or my bad, peach cobbler or cherry pie, there we go.
So am I not the only one that hates cherry in anything?
I hate it too.
Like
I hate it.
like it
I like
always
it,
seems to
yeah.
kind of have a stem in it for some reason, no matter what you're getting. Like,
Well, I'm sorry.
gross.
Yeah, well, I like cherry. Like if it's like, is it Minute Maid, the big jug? That's the best one. But that's the only cherry I like, and that's not even good for you. That sugar counts crazy. All right. So with that being said, it seems that Peach Cobbler advances. And to end the second round, we have CJ's favorite, who's a valued guest of our show, which is, like I said, I don't understand some of these picks, but who am I to question anything? So we have Chex Mix, which is the same as Life cereal, CJ, and cake. Chex Mix and cake. Christina, which do you pick?
Cake.
Hey,
Did he say Chex Mix?
no, he just
Or
likes
he just
Chex.
should have
Period.
reminded you. Okay.
He just likes Chex, and I don't get it. No, is it Chex or
Oh.
Life? Now, I think CJ like Life cereal, but it's the same thing as Chex, and he doesn't think so. So that's our little
No,
argument.
cake for sure.
Okay,
I can do a good variety with cakes.
because maybe you ate too much at Thanksgiving, and the Chex Mix is just like something sweet and salty that where you don't have to overindulge in dessert. No.
No, Chex Mix is for after you've eaten and overindulged. You got a beer and a bowl of Chex Mix. That's all that's for.
And
But no,
okay. Well.
it's not good. It doesn't taste good.
All right, Lee, Chex Mix or cake, a variety of cake.
So I've already said that I'm not really a fan of cake in particular, but what I am a fan of is being the really cheap jerk that brings just like a bag of Chex Mix to the Thanksgiving gathering, and is like, "Hey, here, this is for everyone. Enjoy. You want this,
I'll
right?"
still be the
Everybody
person
gonna
who
eat
brought
that.
the fork.
So yeah, I'm gonna be the Chex Mix person.
Oh man, this is horrible. All right, Brandon. So the choice is yours, man. Who picks Chex Mix? All right, so Brandon, Lee picked Chex Mix. Do you pick Chex Mix or all variety of cake? I'm gonna keep in mind chocolate cake, Sakatumi cake, 7-Up pound cake.
Hey man, you can stop. I mean, I'm gonna go with cake, but you making me sick. Go on and give me that.
All right, so Brandon,
Chex Mix has pretzels in it. That's like a cake.
Not pretzels. I'd have voted for pretzels.
Oh man, so it appears that Lee can't use his wild card, so a cake automatically advances. And so with that being said, that is the end of the second round. We have the last couple of rounds on the other side of the break. This is the Straight Up Show podcast, our Thanksgiving feast tournament. Stay tuned.
Tired of the same old boring clothes? Want to support your favorite podcast but don't know how? Well, you're in luck. The Straight Up Show podcast store is finally here. In our Teespring shop, you can find all the merch that tells the world you're keeping it straight up. From t-shirts to masks to even leggings, our store has you covered. Just visit straightupshowpodcast.com and click that merchandise button. That's STR8 upshowpodcast.com.
Now here's what we have for white people Thanksgiving. White people Thanksgiving dinner. Here's the menu. Turkey, stuffing, gravy, cranberry sauce with the cranberries in it. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, rolls, congealed salad, pumpkin pie. Total amount of attendance 4 to 10 people, plus the dog and the cat sitting at the table. Is that accurate, Ian?
100% authentic.
That's Ian is my white friend, and he said this is confirmed.
He's a certified Caucasian.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Black Folks Thanksgiving. Black Folks Thanksgiving.
Hey, there it is.
All right, y'all, here's the menu. Black Folks Thanksgiving. Okay, here we go. Smoked turkey.
All right.
Fried turkey.
Come on.
Fried chicken.
Woo.
Catfish. Roast beef.
Ow.
Chitlins.
Yep.
Ham.
Yeah.
Honey baked ham. Country ham. Ribs. Deer meat. Rabbit shoulders. Dressing with turkey baked in it. Giblet gravy with eggs in it. Gel cranberry sauce. Turnip greens. Collard greens. Mustard greens. Mixed greens. Boiled okra. Fried okra. Cabbage. Green beans. Baked macaroni and cheese. Black-eyed peas. Deviled eggs. Broccoli rice casserole. Sweet potato casserole. Candied yams. Carrot souffle. Spaghetti. Lasagna. Fettuccine Alfredo. Gumbo. Some more deviled eggs. Potato salad. Rochelle cheese dip. All of the sold out Patty LaBelle pies. Pecan pies.
All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. This is our Thanksgiving feast dish commercial. I still have not got an official title for this episode, but hey, we're talking food and Thanksgiving, and we're having a tournament the only way Straight Up knows how to do it. And we have a new competitor, Christina, and she's already having conflict with Brandon on some of these picks. Brandon hates cake. Lee doesn't have a wild card. There's so much going on this episode, but guess what? We are ready to eat, and we're trying to figure out what is the one dish you have to have at Thanksgiving. And y'all have some weird picks because we got all these picks off of what you suggested on Facebook. They've been tallied, and here we are right now. So with that being said, are y'all ready for these next couple rounds? Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So Christina, since she spoke first, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We have fried turkey versus sweet potato pie. Fried turkey. Yeah.
Son of a
Mm-hmm.
Sweet potato pie.
Are you sure? You sound kind of conflicted right
Sweet
there.
potato pie.
Okay.
She said what she said.
All
man.
right, she's choosing patty pie. All right, so with that being said,
Not that one. That one's not even good. Don't play with
Dang.
Patty. All right, so with that being said, Lee, which do you pick? Do you pick fried turkey or sweet potato pie?
Give me that fried turkey.
Ooh, fried
Guess we wish we
turkey.
had your wild card. No.
Yeah. All right, well, the wild card may come into play here because the choice is up to Brandon right now. Brandon, do you pick sweet potato pie or do you pick fried turkey? Which do you pick?
I don't like it. How this happened, but I'm gonna have to go with the pie on this one.
All right, well, since that happened, Brandon and Christina both have picked sweet potato pie.
Brandon, did
Lee,
I tell you I loved you today?
y'all were just fighting
Yeah.
not too long ago. What's going on? Like, this is the kind
Well,
of
just as long as you make me a pie, I'm happy.
Make you a whole pie. You're gonna fight family then.
All right, so
Yeah.
with that being said, it seems that sweet potato pie does come to the end right there. It does go to the next round. So with that being said, we move on to the last bit of a dessert. So Lee, like I said, we have cake versus peach cobbler. So you have a cobbler and you have cake, sweet potato cake, pound cake, strawberry cake, lemon cake, and you have peach cobbler with cinnamon, gooey peaches and crust and butter and all that kind of
Are you
stuff.
are you trying to make me sick?
Which do you pick?
You had me at peach cobbler. You didn't have to start listing ingredients. Yeah, no cakes. Cobblers only.
All right, so I think cobbler is more Thanksgiving-ish, I guess. But hey, who am I to judge? But with that being said, so Brandon, cake or peach cobbler, which do you pick?
So I'm gonna go with cake because there's pound cake. So I'm gonna go with cake.
All right. So with that being said, Christina, the decision comes up to you. You have the deciding factor, which goes to the next round. Is it cake, the variety of cakes, or is it peach cobbler, the cinnamon with the peach and the butter and the crust? Which do you pick?
I'm gonna go outside of myself here and go with cobbler.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go
wow.
cobbler.
All right. Well, with that being said, Brandon, it seems that peach cobbler advances. Now, you can send cake all the way if you use your wild card. But with that being said, until you speak up, peach cobbler advances. What will you do?
Now let's get cake out of there so you can stop making me nauseous.
Okay, I'm sorry to make you nauseous. All right. So with that being said, we go on to the next round. Go to the next side of the bracket and kind of getting close to the end of this. So with that being said, let's start with Brandon. We have dressing versus greens, collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens, or the traditional dressing. Which do you pick?
So I'm gonna have to go with dressing on this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with dressing on this one.
All right, so Lee, which do you pick? You got dressing or greens? And Lee, I'm sorry to ask, this might be, I guess, I don't know, whatever. But have you ever had the different varieties of greens? Have you ever had mustard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens? Have you had the variety or you just had some slop and just called it was greens?
No, Calvin, I'm an adult child. I have never ate anything that is any shade of green because I'm a child and I refuse to eat such things.
Did you know that there was different varieties of greens?
Oh yeah. I've worked in a grocery store. I know, what's up, but I'm still not eating them.
Yeah, he knows what's up, So, so with that being said,
I know what's up with greens. Let me tell you all the latest news about greens.
All right. So with that being said, wow. With that being said, so Lee, which do you pick? Do you pick greens or do you pick dressing?
It's whatever the not green one was.
I mean, technically, the dressing has greens in it, some kind of type of green stuff in it.
Yeah, but you
Some
make
people
that
make
out.
it with celery.
Yeah, celery. That's what
Those
it's celery.
people are wrong.
Yeah, I don't.
You have to make a crunchy one and a smooth one so people can decide what they
Crunchy
want.
dressing? No.
Crunchy is when you have the celery bits in it,
Oh.
and they should be tiny. But then you make a smooth dressing that doesn't have any.
I don't.
Lee said no.
I
If
don't
I'm
know.
eating my dressing and there's a crunch, I'm worried.
Yeah, like I said, I got family watching this show, so I'm not going to talk about anybody's dressing. Anyway, so with that being said, Brandon, unless you want to, well, not about Brandon, I'm sorry, Christina, unless you want to choose greens or,
Dressing.
okay, well,
I'll
there it
have
is.
dressing.
Say less. I'll just shut my mouth up and just go ahead and put it.
That was
Dressing
the
down.
easy one, though. I was
Easy.
like, he doesn't even have to ask me this time, to be honest. He knows where this is going.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, it seems that Green's dressing goes to the next round. Now we're about to go to the Arby part of it because we have the meats. I just like the commercial, like Bing Rames and just the hey Arby's, we have the meats. And I think he just enjoys the commercial way too much these posts.
Isn't it Ving Rhames?
It's Bing Rames, yeah. He just enjoys the commercial, like Arby's, we have the meats. I'm like, why you just love that commercial?
You just have the
I
video.
had
That commercial
no
plays,
idea
he
that
probably
was
makes
Ving
like
Rhames.
500.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Bing Rames, man.
That's
There's-
amazing.
It's this Bing Rames, man. It's like, and there's one commercial. He's like, "Go bacon, go," and I'm like, that's a pretty crunk song about bacon. Like, he's really going hard on some Arby's meats, and this Arby's is horrible. But with that being said, we have the last bit of the meats. Okay, and then last bit of the meats, Lee. We have ham versus, I can't even talk right now. Ham versus baked turkey. Which one do you pick?
I'm gonna go with baked turkey.
All right. So Christina, he picked baked turkey. We have ham. Which do you pick, baked turkey or ham? You can make a killer ham, I heard. So
I'm going to go with baked turkey. I'm sorry, Brandon.
all right, you said baked turkey. So Brandon,
Yeah.
unless you want to use your wild card.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm
Calvin.
gonna change it. I'm gonna go with ham. I'm gonna go with ham. I'm gonna
Oh, thank God.
No. You spoke. So we got baked turkey twice. Brandon, unless you want to use your wild card, it seems
Man.
that ham goes. I mean, baked turkey goes to the next round. Brandon, what do you want to do?
Calvin, I saved you so many curse words being muted.
Which one do you pick?
I'm gonna go with ham on this one.
Okay, so you go to ham. Now, are you going to use your wild card to send ham into the next round, or do you want to just leave it as it is and baked turkey goes to the semifinals?
No, cause I'm using my wild card on this one.
Ooh, so Christina, unless you want to challenge Brandon, which you already kind of didn't want to in the first place, moving on. All right. So with that being said, Brandon has officially chosen his wild card to send ham to the next round. That is what we have coming up next. So we are at the semifinals right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing started and finish this thing off the right way. Up next, Christina, we have sweet potato pie versus Peach Cobbler. Which do you pick?
Sweet potato pie.
Woo. All right, moving along. Or Brandon, which do you pick?
Got it. Sweet
All
potato
right.
pie.
Lee, unfortunately, your vote doesn't count, but we do want to hear what you have to say. Peach Cobbler or sweet potato pie? You hate orange pie, so.
Yeah, I'm not an orange pie guy.
But you forget what color peaches are, right? So I'm just letting you know.
They're peach colored.
I was like, peaches are orange.
I like the way you think there, buddy. I like the way you think. All right. So it appears that sweet potato pie goes to the finals. So let's go ahead and wrap this whole thing up. Lee, I'm going to start with you. We have dressing versus the red meat of ham. Which do you pick?
How does this happen?
It's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dressing all the way.
All right, Brandon, which do you pick? Dressing or ham?
I'm gonna have to go with the dressing.
All right. So with that being said, Christina, what do you pick? Dressing or ham?
Dressing.
All right.
All
right. Well, it appears that dressing goes to the finals. We have our finals set right now, which I didn't think that we would get through this tournament so fast, but we did. And I'm kind of happy with the results we got so far in the finals. So with that being said, Who is ready for the final showdown between dressing and sweet potato pie? All right, here we go. All right,
No.
final set. This is all for all the marbles. We have the best dish you have to have at Thanksgiving, voted by you at the Straight Up Show Podcast.com. Make sure you go there. It's all your hate mail there. And Lee, before we get the final set, people may not like this episode, and they may not like the way we've carried ourselves or what we said, made some ethnic jokes, made some different kind of sexual jokes, stuff like that. But Lee, if people have an issue with our show, we have a website where they can see all their questions, comments, concerns. What is that email?
Yeah, if you would like to let us know about how all the times that you've made salmon with spaghetti, you can send us an email at idon'tcare@gmail.com.
That's idon'tcare@gmail.com. Of course, we're just kidding, but we hope you have enjoyed this ride with us. So with that being said, the stage is set and we have our final. Christina is the new bird of this tournament. So Christina, we have the tournament. This is the final selection. Here we are. Are you ready? I take that as yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have sweet potato pie versus Addressee.
I didn't think this tournament through. I didn't expect this outcome. This is like
This is the intense part of the tournament.
I spent the whole time like these are definite yeses. Because as long as I have both, I'm happy on Thanksgiving. I don't care about anything but sweet potato pie and dressing.
Well, Christine, this is why we vote, so you can determine which do you want to have. So if you don't vote, you cannot have your voice heard. And we want to hear your voice. So with that being said, we need an answer from you right now. We need a pick right now, Christine.
Christina, your sweet potato pie at cafeteria, anybody's dressing. Just throwing that out there.
That makes up my decision. I'm going with my dressing.
All right, Christina has voted. Says she wants to go with. Christina has voted. She says she wants to use her dressing. That is her final pick.
My dressing is this.
It's good. Okay, so Christina has to have dressing at Thanksgiving. Brandon, what do you have to have at Thanksgiving? Sweet potato pie or dressing?
Sweet potato pie.
All right, Lee. It actually comes down to you. And once again, Lee, thank you so much for being very understanding and making this tournament all possible. But with that being said, Lee, you have the final decision. Do you want to choose sweet potato pie or dressing? Which do you pick?
So I think if you've been watching or listening up to this point, you know where this is going. But first, I want to say I'm surprised at Christina's decision because of where this is going and where my vote's going to go. So that means dressing's winning, folks.
Oh, there we have it. We have a winner. It appears that one dish that everybody has to have at Thanksgiving is officially dressing. Oh man, this has been crazy. It's been a crazy tournament. I can't believe we made it this far. Honestly, this has been a less stressful tournament, but it was definitely stressful for the most part.
My stomach hurts from that.
Christina's face says it all right now. Like if you all could just
it does hurt.
Look at her, like she's just really distraught about this because that's how see, that's the importance of voting. This is why we have these tournaments, so you know the importance of voting. If you don't vote, look at the distraught of Christina's face to make decisions about pie versus dressing, the crunch versus the soft crunch. Like Christina, this is your first tournament. I mean, how do you feel right now? What's going through your mind right now?
Played myself.
Played yourself. Wow.
That was just horrible. And I was trying the whole way through until you were like dressing versus sweet potato pie.
Well,
so those are my two faces.
I thought I shot myself in the foot with that deviled egg. I really did.
Well, if we're being honest and straight over,
when it gets deviled eggs, it makes
if we're being honest right now, I honestly I could care less after y'all just booted Macaroni and Cheese. So after that, I just didn't care anymore. So, but yeah, so that's the end of our tournament. We hope you all have liked this tournament. It has once again been very intense. I want to thank everybody that's helped out today. Christina, Brandon, Lee, definitely Lee for putting this together. Making the revisions. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. So like, this has been a crazy year, as we talked about earlier on this episode. A lot's been going on with different families and stuff like that. On our previous episode, we talked about depression and suicide and stuff like that. This is a time to where you want to be around family. And if you are there alone right now, we're here for you. We hope that this episode brings you some kind of joy, and that we are thankful for you being here, and you do matter. And just surround yourself by people who uplift you and give you positive vibes, because that's what we want to do here, give you those positive vibes. And I want to go around the table. This is Thanksgiving, and I want to talk to each one of y'all right quick. Y'all are my co-hosts, and I want to say first off, thank y'all for the work y'all do for the show, dealing with me and dealing with the stresses of the show. But I'm gonna go around the table and see what are y'all thankful for? Whether it be this year or whatever. I'm gonna start with Brandon. What are you thankful for?
Friends and family, man. Friends and family, all the way.
All right, Christina.
I'm gonna go with the same. Friends and family. That's pretty much it for me.
And Lee.
I am thankful for y'all. This show has really been like a light in the darkness for the past year and a half now, somewhere around there. I don't even remember when we started this, because time has lost all meaning. But yeah, I'm so glad to just know y'all, and Calvin, just that you've given me this opportunity to produce shows like this and have some fun and build content, and I can't wait to see what we do next.
Oh man, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate all y'all. That's one thing I'm really thankful for, is to have and I'm not trying to dig anybody else's work, what they do. I am definitely thankful and blessed to have you three in my life to help me with this show, to sacrifice the time with your families, to spend out an hour 30 of your days off. We record this show prematurely, pre-record the show. And sometimes we got different jobs doing. These three definitely make the sacrifice and make sure we have a good product or help out here and there. So definitely thankful for you all. I am thankful for family and friends too, the ones who've been patient with me and stuff like that. And I'm thankful for you, the audience, the people that come in and comment, and the ones right now. I can't see y'all's comments right now, but I see y'all are commenting on the live stream right now. But thank you all for participating, from helping out with the show, keeping us going, because some days I think like, man, should I quit this today or what? But thank y'all so much for being that added push to say, hey, you know what, keep pushing. What y'all doing is great, and that helps me stay level-headed and positive. So I want to thank you all out there listening too. So with that being said, that is the end of our show. This is we hope that you and your family have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Until then, you can go to our website at straightupshowpodcast.com. That's STR8UP showpodcast.com. You want to support our show? We have a Patreon page. Very, very cheap to support us. We have a $3 segment, $5 a month segment, $10 a month, $20 a month if you really want to help the boys out and girls out. But you can support us by going their ways. You keep supporting us. You get free gifts. You get free incentives if you support the podcast. Trust me, like I said, we mentioned Lori. Lori, I'll be over your house pretty soon for the Thanksgiving macaroni and cheese. But one of our key contributors to our show wants to see us keep doing good things. We have new merchandise out right now. We have season 5 merch out right now. We're taking over the podcast game. So we're taking over right now. So it's a new world order. We're taking over, guys. So make sure you want to support us. But until next time, there's only one rule to our show. You got to be
straight up.
Straight up.
Wow, things are changing. Christina's really saying it, y'all. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Thank y'all so much. See you next time.